Hey everybody, this is Dustin, your specialist. So I'm inside now on this 2025 Forest River Sandstone, and this is a toy hauler. And what I wanted to talk about too, I'm going to go outside of the slide out, but what I want to talk about is like the cable up top is showing, and so like that could get corrected. And something else that's really important. So a lot of consumers come in with, hey, my sink broke, my sink fell out. Well, here's a perfect example. You know, you may not think that this coffee pot, or I'm not sure what this is, some other kind of machine, or this blender. I mean, you got all these items in the sink, and those all weigh, right? So as you're going down the road and this stuff is shimmying and shaking and moving and rattling, you're actually going to damage your brackets on your sink. You're going to damage your sealant on your sink. You take a risk of damaging your faucet as well, and you're going to cause this to come loose. So recommend to anybody that's watching this, no matter what kind of unit you have, don't travel with anything in your sink. Take it out, put it in a compartment, put it somewhere else, right? It doesn't belong there, right? You know, it's just for me on the repair side of it, because people come in and go, oh, how much is it to fix it? And then we give them, hey, it's time and materials. You know, I don't know if the wood's chewed up underneath there or whatever, then they throw a fit when this could have stopped it, right? Something else too, my tech came in and said, hey boss, all of these sponges were stuck underneath the slide out. So he pulled those out. He also said that there's some kind of issue with the slide out with the rollers or possible repair. And then you can see on the floor here where there's been some kind of damage right there where it tore the lino and somebody cut it out and glued it and made a mess with that. So, you know, we try not to, prevent that kind of stuff. Maybe check into slide out slickers and whatnot, see some of our other videos. Let's go outside real quick and see what's going on outside so I can show you that as well. I did another video earlier and I got cut off because there was too much noise going on in the background, and there was a water truck that showed up and was backing up right here. So anyways, this is a 2025 Forest River Sandstone. So if you own a Forest River product, or any slide outs or anything like that, you come in and see us. We do offer a free exterior evaluation. The guys have already looked this one over, but some things I want to recap on this slide out. So in this slide out, these brackets tend to break a lot. The screws are coming out, so the screws are backing out, and as we follow this on up, you're going to see putty tape starting to bleed out up there. And then you're going to see same thing. You're going to see screws that are backing out, right? So that's indicating signs that this whole room is flexing and moving. You can see all the dirt that's dragging on it where it's getting dusty and dirty. I would recommend to do a slide out topper on there to kind of help aid it. None of these seams have any sealant on them whatsoever. And none of these seams have any sealant on them whatsoever. Now they went around and sealed around the compartment doors, but they didn't seal around the windows all the way. They only just did a little partial cap seal. So, and then I'm not a big fan of decals on the window. I would take those off because they're going to curl up like they're doing anyways. So I would recommend that you do a slide out service on here if you're seeing this video, that you tighten up all the screws on both sides, that you trim off any putty, that you clean up the loose sealant and stuff that's up there. You know, sometimes they don't add a screw in the very end of a molding. And again, this one is coming loose. Same thing, there's no sealant on this rail. There's no sealant around the city water fill. There's no sealant around the hatch, the light. There's probably none around the water heater. No, actually they did. But all those areas need to be sealed up. Same thing on this side. You know, here's a factory mess up, right? These are cut pre-drilled every 6 inches for these screw holes. They should have drilled and put in another screw hole right there. And then same thing, these screws are starting to all back out. Yeah, a lot of them are backing out. Same thing up top as it gets higher up. I know my guys did some sealant work up in this corner and did some water testing on it to see if it was leaking. But all these moldings need to be resealed. These seals need to be conditioned and cleaned. This body, I mean, there's something that was sprayed on it that made it sticky. So all that needs to be cleaned off as well. There's little miscellaneous things coming loose. Same thing with, like, look at all these seals that are just popped off loose right here and not sealed in place. So I'll get with the guys to let them know about that. But